I read a book. Can I have a medal, please?
I have to be honest with this book. I nearly DNF'd it in several places. So I'll start by saying all of these sprayed edges you can see behind me and all the sprayed edges up there, they came from me and my wife's mini breakaway. We went to Southampton for the weekend back at the end of October, on Halloween actually. We spent many pounds on many books, and we're gradually trying to get through them. And The Bewitching was one of them. I picked it up because it sounded good, and I enjoy changing it up every so often. I don't read much to do with witches, but since I wrote Cornelia, and it was sort of based around witchcraft and things, I've kind of got more into it. So it's 3 different timelines. It starts with 2 timelines. One is 1998, which for the book is the present. And then the other one is 1908, which is obviously the past. And then about 4 or 5 chapters of each into the book, we go into a 3rd timeline, which is 1934. So you have the main character, Minerva, who is in 1998, who is like an administrative person at a campus, and all the kids have gone off for the holidays and she's left there still doing the admin. It helps pay her tuition, and you get vague mentions of witchy type things, but nothing solid. And she's trying to write a thesis on the horror author. I think she's called Beatrice Tremblay, but everybody calls her Betty. She's died, and there's not much around about her work or about her life. And Minerva's very into horror. She likes H.P. Lovecraft and all these things, and you know a lot about Lovecraft because of the stuff he left behind. There isn't any of that for Tremblay, so she's trying to research that through various means. The 1908 timeline is her great-grandmother Alba, who, one of the few things she said to Minerva when she was alive was, "When I was young, there were still witches." But the problem I have is when you get to the 1934 POV, it's from the POV of Beatrice Tremblay, leading up to the disappearance which her novel was based on. However, it switches to first person. So you are following Minerva in 1998 in third person. Then you're... my bloody postman shut me up. Then you're following Alba in 1908 in third person. But then when you go to 1934 and you're following Beatrice, it switches to first person. And every time that happened, I had to stop for a minute and think, hang on, who are we following now? So that was confusing. The other thing is, it's incredibly boring. I feel like it should be reclassified as a historical fiction, even though it's mostly made up. It's just got a historical fiction vibe. There's a lot of info dumping. There's a lot of detail-heavy sections. It doesn't get interesting or to the crux of the story until about 80% through, when all 3 timelines kind of sort of come together. The ending's very good. I will say that the ending is very good, but it took too long to get there for me. So if you don't mind a really slow burn, go check it out. If slow burns are not your thing, leave it. Go read something else. Go read Cornelia. That'll solve all your problems for a little bit. But yeah, I gave it 4 stars because the ending was very good. It was detail heavy. You know, you have to appreciate the level of detail that's been put into it, even if it's a little bit boring at times. But yeah, it scraped to 4-star because I finished it and the ending was good. Overall, bit dull, and there are better witchy books out there.